Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the FamVestor Podcast. I'm your host, Sunny Burns.
And I'm your co-host, Sunmarie Burns.
So today we are recording from a brand new location. We just moved in. It's our first single-family house. We are excited, but very exhausted. We finally have some property, but with property comes a lot of maintenance, and as many of you listeners know, we've been challenging ourselves for the last month or so.
Month and a half now.
Yeah, because we're halfway through this challenge called 75 Hard. We first heard about it from our friends Jason and Pili Yarusi. Episode 36 of the podcast. Very good show. They talk about a little bit about they talk about so much actually. Real estate, multifamily, raising their kids, just going on adventures, him doing his 100-mile runs and craziness like that.
Healthy lifestyle, challenging yourself.
Yeah, so we're getting a taste of that kind of lifestyle now. They also have 3 kids, so, managing to pack that all in, and we see how challenging it is now. Like, honestly, we don't watch much TV anyway, but we've probably watched 1 or 2 hours of TV in the last
2 months.
2 months. It's just been wild.
And keep in mind, we're still in the middle of this crazy quarantine time. It's COVID
2020.
And so, I feel like right now, something a lot of people are going through is, with so much uncertainty and stress going on in the world and things being shut down and told to stay at home and social distancing, you tend to turn to comforts in your life. Like,
you see the Dairy Queen line, the Krispy Kreme Dunkin' Donuts line out the door.
It's like 20 cars long, people waiting in line for 2 hours straight
I deserve
to get a
this,
donut.
There's coronavirus going around.
A lot of indulgences going on, I think. TV being one of them, Netflix, Zoom. Boy, the streaming is terrible right now because too many people are on it. And it's interesting to see how human nature processes a stressful experience. And a lot of times you turn to your weak spots, the things that are your comforts, whether it be food or other kinds of indulgences. And so in the midst of all this, we of course are feeling the experience too of, it feels like the world's crashing down around you. How are we going to handle this? Are we going to let it get the best of us? Or are we going to take charge of our life and say, you know what? There are things in life we can't control, and we have to have the grace to see that. And there are things in life we can control, and it's our responsibility to take charge of those things. So that leads us to today's episode, where we're talking about 75 Hard, a personal challenge to just make the best of your life. And you're going to hear more about that in today's episode.
Let's get to it.
You're listening to the FamVestor Podcast. If you're looking to raise your family with intention, gain financial independence, and live a life of true freedom, you're in the right place. Join us as we explore together how to create thriving families, because strong families are the cornerstone for a world at peace.
So welcome back, everyone. So let's get right into it. What is 75 Hard? So 75 Hard is a 75-day challenge, and basically there's 5-6 simple rules. You drink 1 gallon of water a day. There's no alcohol. There's no cheat meals. You have to stick to a diet of your choosing, so it could be anything. What we're doing is no sugar and 1 portion meals, so no going for seconds or thirds. And the no sugar thing is a big thing for Sunmarie. She loves sweets. Me, it's not really a big deal for me though. The portion control, that's huge, because I eat pretty healthy, but I eat a ton, much more than I should. And man, the findings I'm finding from restricting that is really cool. I'll go into that. Anyway, so gallon of water, stick to a diet, no cheat meals, no alcohol, take a progress picture every day of your body, and then 10 pages of reading every single day. And the last one, but the most time-consuming, is 2 45-minute workouts a day. So every single day for 75 days straight, you have to do 2 workouts a day. This is hard. And one of these workouts has to be outdoor workout.
Regardless of the weather.
Rain, shine. We even did a workout doing yoga in the sleet outside. So it's been fun. So that, it's pretty simple. These are, 6 things that you have to do every single day. Audiobooks don't count.
It's got to be nonfiction self-improvement. It can't be an enjoyable fiction book.
Right.
It's got to be something that's going to impact your life in some way.
Yeah. So pretty simple. And we are actually on day 42. So past the halfway mark, and it's been pretty cool. Let's see, what can we report on? I guess weight-wise, Sunmarie, you're almost back to your pre-baby weight, which is awesome.
Right, yeah. I definitely had some extra pounds that I wasn't too happy having. And through doing this, I've cut off 10 pounds in 42 days. And that is pretty impressive to me, especially considering the fact that I wasn't starving myself or anything like that. I just made basically one simple adjustment, which was eliminate processed sugars from my life. So get rid of the donuts, the cupcakes, the muffins, the candy bars, and anything that's really sweet and not good for me.
Right. And not to say that we're like completely, like we had a frozen banana smoothie. So I froze some bananas, I put some cocoa powder in there, and I had a nice frozen banana smoothie.
But the source of sugar is a
natural,
natural source. So we do allow that. We do allow fruits. We don't allow the processed sugars and the empty carbs from like a cupcake or a muffin. And what I noticed in myself is that I started to eat a lot less. I started to stop snacking because I realized I only wanted a snack because I was craving sugars. When I promised that I wouldn't touch sugar, all of a sudden, I really wasn't interested in snacks. So it was pretty easy for me to give them up. And then I only ate when I was truly hungry, when my body actually needed nutrition, not because I felt like eating something sweet.
Right. And for me, the single portion meals, it's been hard, especially if it's a good meal. I'm like, oh, one more. And sometimes, I do load up my plate, my one plate with quite a bit of food.
He grumbled at me because the dishes were dirty one day. So I set out children's plates for all of us. And he's like, this is cutting on my portion size. I want a grown-up size plate.
Yeah, but what I've noticed though, and that's been surprising, it's been so much easier to wake up. And I think that's just, not just digesting a huge dinner, but digesting a light dinner. And then I wake up so much easier. It's been very surprising, actually, just how easy it is to wake up.
Yeah, actually, it's counterintuitive. I am honestly shocked with it because I will say, before going into this challenge, I was perpetually tired.
Yeah, during your pregnancy, you were always tired, and then after your pregnancy, you were still always tired.
I just wiped out day and day and day, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I need to take up drinking coffee or something, because we don't drink coffee. I'm thinking maybe that's what I need to do in order to get the pep back in my step, because I am just perpetually tired. And every morning I wake up and feel like I didn't get a wink of sleep. Cutting out the sugar and doing 2 45-minute workouts a day and leading probably the most insanely busiest time of our life we have ever experienced. And yet we're still waking up in the morning more energized than we ever felt before. Right. It's shocking. It's kind of a bit mysterious on how this is actually happening, but it's really true. We wake up and we feel ready to tackle the day.
Right. Yeah, and to talk about, how busy it's been. It has been crazy busy. Like I said, we just moved to a single family house, so just everything entailed with moving, but then also maintaining and getting the property up to where you want it to be. But then also renting out, our current residence, our existing residence, and getting that rent ready and renovated and painted and stuff. That was crazy. And then trying to work in those 2 workouts a day, that was challenging, especially with 3 kids running around. So we want to go into like tips and tricks for especially those families who want to attempt a challenge like this. And we want to share why you should, why we feel so great about doing something like this.
What the benefits are. Why would a busy family want to tackle such a challenge?
And how to actually go about doing it. There's definitely some things that, some tips we found along the way that's helped us, get to day 42.
So let's start talking about the 45-minute workouts twice a day. How does that actually look? For us, we discovered it was very challenging if we did not check one of those work-offs out early in the morning. First thing when we wake up, before the kids get up, get up a little bit early, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and just jump right into a workout. That way, if we get one done, it just made the whole day go a lot more smoothly. So that's what we've been doing, is getting up a little bit earlier and doing a workout first thing in the morning. And then we find time throughout the rest of the day, maybe a bike ride with the kids or a family hike or something like that, to get our second workout in.
Right. For the family aspect of it, we have a regular bicycle, but we have a WeRide, which is a product from WeRide. It's a front seat where a child can sit right in front of you, right in between the handlebars and your seat. And then we have a WeRide co-pilot, which attaches to your bike seat, and the child it goes behind you, and the child actually has pedals, but it can't steer because he's attached to your bicycle. So this single bike is now a 3-person bike, and it makes it very easy. You know, I can go take a ride, and somebody can go work on something else or take care of the baby, or vice versa. You know, and that's a way we can get the workouts in with the kids. Another great thing, especially when we were kind of living in the multifamily without a backyard, we would take all the kids to the park and just find a place, some grass, put down a yoga mat and start doing yoga or some kind of physical exercise while the kids run around at the park and have fun and have a good time.
Right. The bicycle one's a really fun one because we do create quite a spectacle, a 3-person bicycle. I would say a lot of people turn their heads and look at this contraption we've got. But hey, we're getting a spin workout done. You know, people go to the gym for that sort of thing. And here we are doing it while simultaneously taking care of our children, doing a family-oriented event together, you know, creating memories with our kids by going on a bicycle adventure and still working out. So it's a win-win-win.
We've tried involving them in like some yoga sessions and stuff, and that goes for like 5 minutes. I think just their ages, it doesn't really work. If you have older children, maybe, you know, involve them and get them into it.
But yeah, it hasn't worked so well for us to do that. So we find going out, doing that, or taking a hike, you know, going on a hike up a mountain, or even a walk, a family walk together. You know, walking is a physical exercise too. You know, you can do a bit of power walking. You can be intentional about your breathing as you're walking, but you can take the kids along with you too, which makes that an excellent activity to do. And you can even merge it with a walk and then maybe a 5-10 minute little exercise circuit, and then keep walking. The kids can join you or play while you're doing that little circuit or not. But it's not 45 minutes straight trying to juggle kids running around you.
Right. And sometimes it's just a matter of, okay, you go out now, I'll take care of the kids. I'll go out later and get it done then.
Yeah. Teamwork.
A couple videos, or, you know, we've been using YouTube a lot for guided workouts. We love HASFit, HAAS Fit. It's all resistance band workouts that we've been doing with them, and we've really loved that. We've been doing yoga, a lot of yoga with Adrian, watching that and getting through those. We've been doing some bar exercises. Who's that? Coach Kelly.
Coach Kel bar exercises on YouTube, which are really great too. It's more dance-based fitness classes that look very graceful and subtle, but man, are they a workout.
Right. We've even done some dance lessons.
Hip-hop
dance lessons. So by the end of 75, hopefully we're hip-hop dance masters and can show you guys a little thing or two.
You know, to each his own on how they want to tackle this challenge, but I think being creative with your workouts is integral to you being able to sustain this for a full 75 days.
Right.
Because that's a really long time. If you're limiting yourself to thinking you need to be bench pressing and lifting weights every single time, it's not such a reasonable goal. But if you can figure out other flexible workout routines, you know, they're exercise workouts too. They're just different, and also changing it up keeps it more new and fresh for you and more motivational for you to keep going.
Right. Like today we needed to get something done, like pulling weeds. So I just said, hey, okay, 45 minutes, I'm going to go hard and pull these weeds. And I made that one of my workouts.
Right. I mean, if you're intentional about it, you don't take breaks, you don't pause, you're pulling, you're getting that arm exercise in. You could as well be doing crew or something else.
It was hot today.
You know, you can be doing it lackadaisically, or you can be doing it intentionally as a workout. And one last point to mention on the workout segment of this challenge is the fact that one of them has to be outdoors. And I think a lot of people wonder, you know, why? Why do you have to have one outdoors? And the whole mindset behind that is that you are creating mental fortitude, mental strength in challenging yourself to do one outside workout no matter what. Right. No excuses. You know, we've gone running when it was pouring rain. We were doing yoga when it was literally hailing on us. When it's scorching hot. Today's like 85 degrees, you know, and we're outside doing work too. The idea is that if you make a determination in your life to do something, nothing should deter you. No external factor such as weather and heat and temperature. Nothing you would normally make an excuse about. And so that's the importance of the outdoor exercise, is the no excuse lifestyle. And I think that, you know, this challenge is so much more than just a physical challenge. It's actually more of a mental strengthening challenge on character strengthening, you know, learning how to commit to something and follow through on it. No excuses, no matter what.
And there's no cheat days, you know, there's no like break days. Oh, you know, it was a hard day yesterday, let me take a break. It's constant for the 75 days, you know.
Right. There's no quick workout today.
Right. You fail something, you restart to day one.
It's 45 minutes, however long you want to fill those 45 minutes. You know, we joke about it. Sometimes we feel like, okay, I'm exhausted. Let's make this one a quick workout. So no quick workout. It is 45 minutes no matter what you do. You know, you got to stick to the time limit.
Yeah, but what I think is so cool and what I've been enjoying, and I think if it was just me doing it, it would be pretty grueling. But doing it together, I think, is so empowering and so powerful that I've really enjoyed that. You know, just waking up early, doing a yoga session in the morning, but just seeing both of us grow and become more of who we want to be, or like acting in a way that we both are feeling fulfilled by and aligned to our purpose with, I think has been awesome.
It's really a wonderful thing, I think, for couples to grow closer through, right, is tackling a challenge like this. I noticed that, you know, we both know we have this goal and we have these objectives we have to get done by the end of the day. So we try to help each other
right
out, and it's teamwork. And there's just a closeness you build together as this team, as a couple working toward a goal, you know, whether it's taking turns watching the kids or trying to help each other through a workout or trying to motivate each other when you're totally wiped out at 11:30 p.m. and you still got to get that last workout in, you know. Doing it together with someone makes this so much more of a powerful experience.
So another activity you have to do on a daily basis is 10 pages of reading. So no audiobooks, you have to hard read something. And what's been interesting is that we've gone through books now, multiple books in just this half this time period. And there's all these books on our shelves that we're like, oh, we'll get to someday. And then we finally have time to now get to them. And, you know, 10 pages a day doesn't seem significant, but you go through books, you know, after 10 days, that's 100 pages. Yeah. So we were finishing books. You know, you read some homeschool books that you really want to get through that have been sitting on our shelves for the last 5 years. A long time, and we can finally go through them and like, oh, this is great. And I don't know, it's a good
feeling too, because there have been books on my shelf that, like you said, I haven't touched, and I kept using excuses, you know, I'm a busy mom, I just don't have time to read a book anymore. And so year after year after year, I just wouldn't read a single book all year long. And here with this challenge, 10 pages a day, gotta do it, no excuses, I pick up a book and I read it and I'm through it in 15 days or however many, depending on how big the book is. And there's such a pride you get too in seeing that you read through something you've always wanted to but never made the time for before. You know, that's fulfilling. And the fact that it's a nonfiction book and something that's like towards self-improvement is really a great aspect too, because you are gaining valuable knowledge and valuable insight through whatever topic it is you have chosen to read about.
Yeah, right. Recently, we've been just reading relationship books together, actually, and that's been cool to just talk about and read together and develop our relationship too.
Yeah, definitely a double benefit there. You know, you're fulfilling your challenge goals, but you're also working on your relationship by reading through a relationship building book. We've also read some faith-based texts, which has been great for our spirits. And other books, like I read a book on how to for homeschooling elementary kids, which was very valuable information for me there as well. So really the growth is great through this experience.
Yeah. Anyway, I think, it's such a great challenge to take on as a couple. If you can both sign up for it and commit to it, help each other through it, support each other through it, I think the amount of growth and closeness and, just respect for each other it's just astonishing. And I think it's really a good thing, especially right now, with so much going on in the world, especially coronavirus. Everyone's situation is different. It might be harder for you to do now. It might be easier for you to do now. You might not want to do anything like so many other people. They just want to get through the day and just are so worried, so frustrated. But this is something that you can take ownership of. You can't really take ownership of whether you're going to get coronavirus or not. But you can take ownership of how healthy you want to be, how active you want to be, how in charge of your life to, do something of significance. This is something challenging. This is something impactful. This isn't watching 10 hours of Netflix a day. This is something that takes work. It's hard. Mm-hmm. But
it is hard, but it is very inspirational, and you feel good about yourself when you tackle something like this and you see your own strength of character coming out. I am not a fitness buff. I am not a person who voluntarily wants to go do yoga and work out and stay in shape and eat healthy and so forth. That's not my default disposition. I would prefer to just relax and lean back. But in taking on a challenge like this, I do feel really good about who I am and what I am becoming. I can see physical results. I can feel emotional results, and it just makes me feel so much better about who I am. Like the confidence in knowing that I can do anything is kind of what you gain from taking on a challenge and seeing yourself stick with it, and then seeing the progress that you make. It's really transformative, and if you're feeling down about yourself or about your situation in life, a lot of times the depression and the pity takes you even further down.
Right, this victim mentality that you have no control.
The self-comfort, it's going to make you feel worse than if you just say, darn it, I'm just not going to take this anymore, and I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to just pick myself up by the bootstraps and make a difference in my own life. And it really does lift your spirits so much. And at the beginning of this whole COVID craziness, it was really affecting me emotionally, and I felt so down. And then, honestly, that's part of the reason that sparked me to want to start this challenge. When Sunny first brought it up through our friends Peely and Jason half a year ago, I was like, oh, why would anyone do that? And then I just felt recently so overwhelmed by everything going on in the world. I'm like, you know what? I want to do this now. Let's do it together and just, take charge of what we can control and let go of everything else that we can't, and just live our lives to the fullest.
Yeah, and I really feel like we have been.
We have.
So we've been talking a lot about this, you're either on board or you're not. Definitely, it's something you shouldn't commit to lightly. It's a long, it's 2.5 months. But I highly suggest, doing it with your spouse. I think that'd be awesome. One thing I did want to end with, or at least add on to, is we added an additional rule, which I think is had been very important to us, which was regulating our phone use. And I think that was critical, to making time to do these activities and stuff. And what we did was actually, and I think I've talked about this previously on the podcast, but using our iPhones, we have iPhones, so we go to settings, and then there's a built-in screen time app into iOS, and there's a way that you can just block usage. So we blocked like social media throughout from 8:30 to 8:30 p.m. So 8:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. 12 hours straight. Block, and you could block anything you want. You could block your phone, you could block messages, you could block email. We decided pretty much just to restrict social media. because that's what seemed to not add much value to our lives and distract us the most. So, Sunmarie has my password to my phone to unlock it. I have hers, and using that, I feel like it's helped so much to get through this challenge.
Right, because the amount of time you waste through these social media outlets, you're scrolling through the feed, it's incredibly addictive, very distracting, and it's detracting from the life you're living here and now. It's taking you out of your situation, and it's putting you somewhere else where you become emotionally vacant to the people around you, which is not healthy in a relationship, and it's not healthy with your children who are feeling, they're competing against this addiction that you have, which is on social media. So kind of eliminating it really freed us to be able to live in the present moment, be there mentally, emotionally, physically with our children, and just really living every moment in that moment.
Right, it's getting rid of that escape, because it's such an easy escape to go to. Oh, this is a challenge, this is stress, I have 30 seconds, let me look at my phone, which 30 seconds turns into an hour very easily. So it's been such an improvement, and it's just, it's this whole challenge is really just about taking life head on, taking charge of the life you want, and living to the terms that you want to be living. So we hope this podcast has inspired you, and we hope that you can take on some challenges in your own lives. And if you are up for it, we really highly recommend, doing this 75 hard challenge. So thanks everyone. Have a great week. Godspeed.